Trust in divine timing. There is a rhythm beneath everything you see, a quiet order that doesn't rush, doesn't falter, and never makes a mistake. What you have asked for, dreamed of, and felt so deeply within you is not lost. It's not forgotten, it's already yours. Though the evidence hasn't yet materialized before your eyes, its form is growing in the unseen. What you call waiting is not emptiness, it is preparation. Divine timing is not late. It is precise. Your only task now is to trust the invisible process, to walk in the feeling that it is already done, because it is. The moment you accepted it in your imagination, it began. Let your heart rest. Let your mind be still. It's coming, exactly when it's meant to. Imagination is the blueprint of reality. Everything that has ever come into being began first in the unseen realm of imagination. Before a building stands, there is a blueprint. Before a song is heard, it is composed in silence, and before your desire takes form, it is born in the inner chamber of your mind. Imagination is not idle fantasy, it is the divine creative power within you, the very substance of things hoped for. When you imagine with conviction, when you see the end clearly and feel it as though it were already yours, you are shaping the mold from which reality will flow. Most people look outward for signs that something is happening, but what you see outside is only the echo of what was once imagined within. The world around you is not the cause of your experiences, it is the mirror. Your thoughts, your inner conversations, your persistent assumptions, these are the seeds from which your future grows. And just as a seed must be planted in darkness before it breaks through the soil, your imagined reality must first take root in the unseen before it becomes visible. Imagination is not something you do once and then forget. It is a dwelling place. You must return to it again and again, not with a sense of desperation, but with certainty. Imagine not as a beggar hoping to receive, but as a creator who knows that what is seen is temporary, but what is unseen is eternal. Live in the end, not toward it. Feel the joy of having it now. Speak from the place of completion. When you live this way, you are no longer asking if it will happen. You are simply waiting for the world to catch up with the truth you've already claimed. Even now, something is responding to your inner state. Your life bends itself to the mental images you hold with feeling. If you see yourself as lacking, the world agrees. If you see yourself as fulfilled, the world reflects that too. But you cannot trick this power with words alone. It responds to belief, to emotion, to the dominant tone of your inner world. So ask yourself, what do I accept as true? What do I rehearse in the silence of my thoughts? Because your life is nothing more than the outer projection of those inner rehearsals. When you choose to imagine the best for yourself, you are not being unrealistic. You are honoring your power. Reality, as you know it, is not fixed. It is fluid. It reshapes itself moment by moment according to your convictions. And the greatest news is this. You are always free to imagine again, to revise, to feel something new. There is no fate set in stone. There is only consciousness choosing. So begin now. Close your eyes if you must, but open your mind. Picture the life you desire. Feel it. Dwell in it, return to it, because imagination is not a dream, it's the architect of destiny. Live from the end, not toward it. There is a subtle but profound difference between wanting something and being it. The world teaches you to strive, to chase, to wait until circumstances change before you allow yourself to feel fulfilled. But true creation does not begin with effort, it begins with embodiment. To live from the end means to claim your desire as already fulfilled in the unseen, and to conduct yourself as if it were so. You are not walking toward a goal. You are walking in the vibration of its completion. This is not delusion, it is alignment. When you live from the end, you are not ignoring reality, you are creating a higher one. You are not escaping the present, you are transforming it from within. The truth is, your current circumstances are only the result of your past assumptions. They are echoes, residue, but the moment you adopt a new state of consciousness, a new world begins its quiet, certain formation. To live from the end is to shift your self-concept. It's no longer I want to be wealthy. It becomes I am abundance itself. It's not I hope to be loved, but I am love, and love surrounds me. You don't wait for the thing to happen so you can feel worthy. You feel worthy, and then the thing happens. The outer world does not lead your emotions. Your emotions summon the outer world. The imagination is your workshop. Here you are not limited by time or condition. You can construct the scene of your fulfilled desire in vivid detail, where you are, what you're wearing, what you feel, who is congratulating you. Let it be real to you, let it move you, and once it lives in you, carry it through your waking hours like a sacred flame. Act as though it has already happened, not to perform for the world, but to agree with the deeper truth you've accepted. When you think from the end, there is no room for fear or desperation. You are not trying to make something happen. You are remembering it has already happened in the unseen. You trust the bridge of events will form. It may come through channels you never expected, but it will come. The world will reorganize itself around your conviction. Most people make the mistake of reacting to appearances. They beg for change, constantly checking if their desire has arrived. But that posture signals lack. It says, I don't have it yet. And what you affirm repeatedly becomes law in your world. Instead, choose to dwell in the feeling that it is done. Be still in it, radiate it. That silent knowing is what bends time and space in your favor. You don't have to force or chase. You only need to assume, because life responds not to what you want. It responds to who you are being. So be it now. Let your every thought, word, and movement echo the reality of your fulfilled desire. That is how you live from the end. That is how the unseen becomes seen. Delay is not denial in the world of appearances. Delay is often mistaken for defeat. We look around, and when we don't see the evidence of our desires materializing as quickly as we hoped, doubt begins to creep in. Maybe it's not meant to be, we think. Maybe I'm not good enough, or the timing is just wrong. But the truth is, delay is not the same as denial. Delay is merely the space in which divine forces are aligning your desires with the right circumstances, people, and opportunities. What seems like a delay is often the universe preparing something far greater than you could have ever imagined. The process of manifestation is not instantaneous. It does not occur merely in the moment of your mental declaration. There is a rhythm to creation, and like a flower that needs time to bloom or a fruit that must ripen, your desires require time to take shape in the physical world. When you plant a seed in the earth, you don't dig it up every few hours to check if it's growing. You trust in the process, knowing that it will sprout when the conditions are right. And so it is with your desires. The seed of your thought has been planted, and now it is growing. Whether you can see it or not, understand this. Just because you don't yet see the result doesn't mean it isn't happening. It is happening in the unseen. What you are doing in this moment, in the waiting, is building your faith and refining your readiness. Your job is not to rush the process, but to trust in the unseen work that is unfolding. You are being prepared for the manifestation. Your thoughts, emotions, and actions are being aligned to the perfect timing that will bring your desire into being. The idea of waiting is also a misunderstanding. Waiting suggests passivity, a sense of helplessness. But this is not the case. You are actively participating in the creation of your desire by holding firm to your inner knowing that it is already done. You are not waiting for it to happen. You are embodying it now. You are walking in faith, not in doubt, and your belief in the eventual realization of your desire ensures that the outer world will catch up. If you feel discouraged by the appearance of delay, shift your focus. Remind yourself that delay does not mean rejection. It means alignment. The universe is working behind the scenes to bring all the elements together. It is gathering the resources, the people, and the opportunities that will perfectly match your desire. And in that moment, when the manifestation finally appears, you will see that it was worth every second of waiting. Remember, nothing is lost during the delay. The universe is never late. It is always right on time. Trust in the timing of your life. Trust that the right events are unfolding in divine order. Your desire is not only on its way, it is already here, in the unseen, in the realm of possibility, and in the eternal present. When it does arrive in the physical, you will realize that every moment of waiting was essential in preparing you to fully receive it. So let go of impatience, let go of doubt. The delay you perceive is simply the time needed for the full realization of your desire to emerge in perfect form. Trust that it is already on its way to you and that everything is unfolding as it should. The seed knows when to bloom. The universe is governed by natural laws, and one of the most profound of these is the law of growth. Just as a seed contains within it the blueprint for its own expansion, so too do your desires contain within them the precise moment and conditions for their manifestation. The seed knows when to bloom, and so do you. This is the deep wisdom that lies beneath every desire you have ever had, that in the right time and under the right circumstances, all that you seek will naturally come to fruition. Think about a seed for a moment. When it is planted, it does not worry about when it will sprout. It doesn't question the soil, nor does it doubt the rain, the sunlight, or the conditions around it. It simply knows that, in due course, it will emerge from the earth. And when it does, it will be exactly what it was meant to be, whether that's a flower, a tree, or some other manifestation of life. The seed trusts the process. It does not rush. It does not try to force the process. It simply submits to the wisdom within it, and so, too, must you trust in your desires. When you plant a desire in your heart, you are planting a seed of possibility. This seed is the very essence of the reality you wish to experience. It is unique to you, and it is perfect in its timing. Your job is not to control the growth, but to trust that it is growing, whether you see it or not. You must release the impulse to dig up the seed and check on it every moment, wondering why it hasn't bloomed yet. You must let it be, knowing that it is unfolding according to its divine rhythm. In the physical world, a seed doesn't grow overnight. It needs time to settle in, to root itself deeply into the soil. It needs to drink in the nutrients and gather the energy necessary for its eventual emergence. The same is true for your desires. They need time to gather the necessary forces and circumstances before they can manifest fully in your experience. This is why patience is essential in the process of creation. Your desire has already been planted, and it is quietly but powerfully beginning to grow. When you rush the process, when you try to force things to happen before they are ready, you disrupt the natural flow. Just as a premature plant would not be able to withstand harsh conditions, so too will an early manifestation of your desire not be able to fully sustain itself. The timing must be right, and it is in the quiet moments of trust and patience that the true growth happens. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to have everything fall into place effortlessly, while others struggle endlessly to manifest their desires? The difference is often a matter of trust in the process. People who trust in divine timing understand that the world operates on its own schedule and that their desires are already in motion. They are not fighting against the natural rhythm of life. They know that the universe is simply waiting for the right time to deliver their dream in full form. You, too, must learn to surrender to this divine timing. It's not about passive waiting. It's about active faith. Your task is to nurture the seed, to care for it with your thoughts, your imagination, and your belief. You water it with hope and confidence, but you do not demand it to grow faster than it is meant to. Trust that everything is happening for you, even when you cannot see it, and know that everything is in perfect order. Consider this: the universe knows the perfect time to bring your desires into form. There is no such thing as being too late or too early in the grand design. Your desire is not a random wish that was cast into the wind, but a carefully crafted plan that will unfold at precisely the right moment. It is waiting for you to be ready to receive it. It is waiting for you to have the wisdom and the strength to appreciate it fully when it does arrive. So, the next time you find yourself wondering why things haven't manifested yet, remember the seed. Remember that it is quietly working beneath the surface, pushing through the earth in its own time, reaching for the light. It knows when to bloom, and so do you. Trust the timing, trust the unfolding. Your desire will come to you, and when it does, it will be more perfect and more fulfilling than you could have ever imagined. Patience is not the absence of belief. Patience is the expression of faith in the unseen. It is the assurance that what you have already imagined is coming exactly when it is meant to. Just as the seed trusts the soil, the sun, and the rain, so too must you trust that everything is working together in perfect harmony for your good. In this very moment, the universe is aligning everything in your favor. Your desire is growing. It is becoming, as surely as the seed becomes the flower. And when it does bloom, you will look at it and marvel, for you will realize that everything you went through, every moment of waiting, every moment of doubt, was essential to its perfect unfolding. Inner certainty defies outer circumstance. The world you see around you is but a reflection of your inner state. The conditions, circumstances, and experiences you encounter are not random. They are the materialization of your thoughts, beliefs, and assumptions. The external world may present obstacles, challenges, or signs of delay, but if you maintain an unwavering inner certainty, those outer circumstances are nothing more than temporary illusions, ready to dissolve in the face of your unshakable belief. You have the power to transcend external conditions. In fact, it is only through your inner certainty that you can change the world around you. The key is to recognize that your reality is not dictated by what you see, but by what you believe. And what you believe does not have to align with your current circumstances. It is your ability to feel your desire as already real, even when the world seems to say otherwise, that will ultimately determine the outcome. In the midst of doubt, challenge, or opposition, the most powerful thing you can do is to reaffirm your inner knowing. The senses, with their limitations, are unreliable. They are constantly feeding you the story of what is. But your imagination, your inner vision, is always calling you toward the story of what can be. The two are often at odds, yet it is your inner certainty, your ability to remain firm in your vision, that ultimately defines your experience. Think of an artist painting a masterpiece. Before the world sees the finished piece, the artist must first imagine it, feel it, see it in its entirety. At the moment they first pick up their brush, they know in their heart what the final work will look like. The world may not see it yet, and perhaps even the artist's own doubts might arise in the process, but the artist continues, trusting in their vision, knowing the final result will appear. This is the power of inner certainty. The artist does not allow the momentary state of the canvas to determine the final picture. They remain focused on the end result, and through their continued belief, they create that reality. In your own life, this works in exactly the same way. You may look at your current circumstances and feel a sense of frustration, impatience, or even fear, but your ability to maintain certainty in the face of what seems like lack or delay is the determining factor. When you stand firm in the belief that your desire is already on its way, you give the universe no choice but to respond in kind. The external conditions will shift to meet your unwavering belief. This is not about denying reality, but about seeing beyond it. The world, in its material form, is constantly changing, constantly reacting to your thoughts. What you see today is simply a snapshot of your thoughts up until now, but if you want to change what you see, you must first change what you believe. The outer world will always lag behind your inner certainty, but if you are persistent, it will eventually catch up. The challenge is that many people allow external circumstances to dictate their inner state. They see obstacles and begin to believe that these obstacles are insurmountable. They look at a lack of progress and begin to doubt that they will ever reach their goal. They allow the world of appearances to control their mood, their thoughts, and ultimately their outcomes. But those who have learned the power of inner certainty understand that what they see now does not define what will be. They know that the world is simply playing out the script they have written with their beliefs, and if they choose to change the script, the world must follow suit. You are the author of your story. If you want to see a new chapter, you must change the narrative. When you stand firm in the knowledge that your desire is already a part of your reality, the outer world has no choice but to shift in alignment with your inner conviction. The power is not in the world, it is in you. Your thoughts, your feelings, and your beliefs are the most potent forces shaping your life. This unwavering inner certainty does not require you to ignore the world around you. You do not have to deny the current state of affairs, but you must hold to the belief that your desired outcome is already inevitable. You can acknowledge the current situation, but it is the end result, the fulfilled desire, that you must feel is your true reality. As you do, the world will reflect that new belief. The people, circumstances, and opportunities that align with your vision will begin to make their appearance. It is your faith, rooted deeply in your inner conviction that has the power to transcend the temporary appearances of the world. The outer world may challenge you, but it cannot defeat you if you remain true to your inner knowing. You are not at the mercy of the world. You are the one creating the world with the power of your thoughts, beliefs, and imagination. So, whenever you feel doubt creeping in, whenever you are faced with a setback or a challenge, return to your inner certainty. Stand firm in the knowledge that your desire is already on its way to you. Do not be swayed by the world's distractions, for the world is always responding to you, and when you maintain an unwavering belief in the fulfillment of your desire, the world will have no choice but to bring it to you in perfect form at the perfect time.